Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and we made it to day 14 of the 2020 Advent Tournament.
Sure did.
Oh baby, this is gonna be a toughie. Not only do I love my Four Roses, but I also really love Eagle Rare.
Seed 23, Four Roses single barrel, 100 proof. Seed 26, Eagle Rare, 90 proof. This is gonna be tough. I can't wait, actually. I'm real excited to get into it.
Me too. We'll see how they stack up. It's a nice nose on glass number 1. I know you're cheating and looking.
You don't have to look at the colors of them.
I'm just kidding.
They're about the same, actually.
I know, I looked.
A little darker, a little darker.
I did look earlier and I was like, I can't tell the difference.
Oh, calls me out for cheating. She's over here doing the same thing.
Oh, they both have just wonderful noses.
Four Roses single barrel, I think, is aged for 8 years in the barrel. The Eagle Rare obviously is 10 years in the barrel, so lots of flavors here.
Just from how sweet nose, just from how sweet nose number 2 is. I mean, they both have kind of a sweeter nose, a little oaky, a little bit perfumey, little
touch floral.
Yeah, a little floral.
Something very
on nose
gentle
number 1.
there.
Yep.
I almost poured that right down my nose. I picked it up like I was going to smell it, and then I tipped my head back like I was going to drink it. I'm so excited. I can't make up my mind what I want to do right now.
I know. Glass number 2 is just all sweet to me on the nose.
Totally agree.
All right, I'm getting after it.
Glass 1?
Sure.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh, the flavors just change.
Drank a lot hotter than I expected it to.
That was good.
It's good.
Well, brown sugar I got. Sweet. I mean, I guess it's brown sugar, but...
Brown sugar is the first thing that I tasted.
Yeah. Unlike some of the previous ones where I was getting a lot of heat up front, this one's a little bit of a builder in the back, actually, on the finish for me.
So this is a little bit strange. Obviously, I've only tasted glass 1, but I'm getting like a really gentle toasted marshmallow taste. I've never gotten that from either one of these. That's really interesting to me.
I like it.
I have to go to glass 2 because I'm so weirded out by that tasting note. I've never gotten that on either one of these bottles. I don't drink a lot of the Four Roses, but that was a really strange flavor experience for me. Let's see if glass 2 wants to hold me.
That is not what I was expecting.
That is
a
completely different bird, isn't it?
I thought this was going to be an easier drinker. It actually, my first sip was quite a bit warmer up front. Got a little cherry breaking through there.
Yeah, all of a sudden that one's got some different flavors.
Or just like maybe that's not a cherry, maybe it's like berries, something berry-ish.
Suddenly greater focus on glass 1. I don't know if you got that.
Yeah.
After tasting glass 2.
I don't want to say that I was expecting more from glass 2 because the nose was so delicious on that one. I got almost like a little bit of cigar flavor or something, which I know shouldn't. I don't think exists in either of these.
I would agree with that. There's darker flavors in glass B. It's more like tobacco leaf, cigar paper, leather. That's what's showing up for me in glass 2 suddenly. And
then I just took another sip, and now that one, it's almost like it had to get that flavor out of the way, and now there's a couple lighter flavors that are popping up.
That leather's really starting to show up in glass 2, especially on the finish. There's oak that's starting to build. The nose on glass 2, the longer it sits here, the more it opens up. There's some complexity there, there's some darkness, some richness. I will have to stick with it on that glass because I think it's going to get better and better the more we drink it.
This is one of my downfalls, is that when I don't...
Do you need to pour second glasses of each of these?
It's when I don't get anything that I just keep drinking it instead of letting them sit and like develop their flavors and then drinking them. I'm expecting my instant gratification, and so some of these delayed ones...
Story of our lives. Glass 1 tasting notes that are starting to come through for me now. Honey, that marshmallow note is less toasted and more just marshmallow. Maybe a little peach, well balanced. It's a beautiful bourbon and it drinks so easy. No wonder you're almost gone on these. They both drink so easy, but something about glass number 1 to me just screams bright flavors. And we've seen this a couple times in this competition. Lightness versus darkness. So strange putting these up against each other. Again, 2 completely different bourbons that allow them to accentuate when you taste them. Glass number 1 to me now, peach, marshmallows, some vanilla, some honey.
Well, while you were talking,
yeah.
I did like another side-by-side nose of each. At the beginning, glass 2, I thought had like a superior nose. Now, glass 1, maybe because it opened up, not gonna try that oxygenation thing again.
Look at you.
I know.
You just nailed it on try number 1.
Now that I came back to it, superior nose. But it had to open up a little bit.
This one's beautiful from the start to finish. I'm excited to have a couple more sips of it because glass 1 just took off all of a sudden. It's a real front runner for me.
I actually know which one I'm gonna choose.
Wow.
Yeah, already.
That's crazy.
I know you're not ready.
I'm not quite ready. I'm real close.
I'm feeling good about my decision, and I'm not sure that I'm gonna be moving forward one or the other. Like, at the beginning of this, I would have been like,
to put one of them through.
No, I know, but at the beginning of this, like, I would have been like, oh, Four Roses is gonna move forward. Now, I'm a little bit like,
this is gonna be interesting.
what
I'm
this
really
is. I don't
curious to
know.
know where you're gonna go with this, but glass 2 is giving me kind of a cool experience. When I was a kid, my mom used to make baked apples. She would like core them,
yeah.
and then the cinnamon, the raisins, and
yeah.
then it would cook into that goo. You know, it would just be soft baked apples and all that. This doesn't have any apple in it. It has everything else from that dessert in it. For whatever reason, sipping this glass, it's like laser focused in my head on that dessert. Something about raisins and cinnamon. And the leather on the back end has nothing to do with the apple dessert. I actually am not that big of a leather in my bourbon sort of guy.
yeah.
I'm really enjoying it though. Glass 2 is bringing the heat. It builds the more you sip it. Long finish. Oak, leather, brown sugar. Holy cow, is it good? These are, oh man, you really have a decision? You've made it?
Yeah, I mean, I get anxious, and then I start drinking them all. And since we don't have a person here refilling, where I wouldn't know which one was which.
Jason already volunteered.
I know.
That might be great. Jason, we might be in touch.
I'm feeling okay about it.
All right, I just finished glass 2. Wow, is that good? I'm getting a Kentucky hug from it now. I said I wanted it to hold me, and now it is. Thank you, glass 2. Thank you for the hug. Oh boy. Glass 1 now. Raspberries, peaches, honey. They couldn't be more different. It's spring versus autumn.
Which
I'm gonna think of a million ways to say this differently so I don't have to make a decision. Wow. That's so good. Glass 1 is so good.
So this is good. This is gonna help people just pick one off the shelf.
I believe that I'm ready. I'm gonna leave a splash in here because otherwise I'll have nothing to cheers our friends with at the end of this video.
True. I'm gonna go forward with glass number 1, and the reason...
Jaw dropped. Literally just jaw dropping.
Really?
Well, I mean, it dropped, so it must have been.
Do you know what it is?
I think I know.
Am I gonna be upset? Is it gonna be another breakdown?
I don't think you could possibly be upset at this competition. Both
Anyway.
of these are winners.
The more that I drank it, the more flavor that I got out of this one versus this one, then just it got a little bit hotter, a little bit muddier with the flavors.
Huh, murky.
Murky, that's a
Interesting.
better word.
Yeah,
A little bit murkier.
I agree that on the hotness there, it definitely got hotter.
Why did you point to that one?
Because it's definitely that one.
Anyway, I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought that such a jerk. I thought that number 2 off the bat, the nose was more delicious than glass 1. I just liked how this drank more. The flavors came through a lot more. I'm not confident which one was which, but I did run into this when we paired the Four Roses against whoever it ran against in that first round.
High West Double Rye.
Oh, it was the High West. So it did win handily, but I wasn't blown away.
I think you said at the time that this one probably its days were numbered.
The Four Roses Yellow Label is my daily drinker. I do love that. I think there's a lot more complexity in this Four Roses, but it also does drink a little bit hotter. I really enjoyed my glass number 1, and I'm gonna say I enjoyed it from the beginning all the way to the end.
So I completely agree.
Really?
I expected, and yeah, I'm choosing glass 1 as well.
Ooh.
I fully expected that Four Roses would have way more complexity, way more flavor, a really rich experience with a ton on the finish that was going to steamroll the Eagle Rare. What I discovered was that the dark flavors, the leather, the oak, the cinnamon, the raisins, all of those things were lovely. They were really good, and I thought they were gonna blow Eagle Rare out of the water. What happened is that I started getting all those other notes from Eagle Rare that I've never gotten before. Marshmallow, peach, way more vanilla, lots of nice honey, caramel notes. I expected Four Roses to be way more complex, and Eagle Rare stepped up and said, I'm just as complex, if not more so. And I love it. I love that flavor profile. Most of the people watching have one of these bottles in the final. So there's gonna be some attrition today as we make this decision, so we're not taking it lightly. I'm going with glass one, and I think it's Eagle Rare.
So I'm interested to find out what's what. I literally don't know.
Let's have a look at our glasses that we've chosen. I've got A.
I have A as well.
Eagle Rare.
I am surprised, but not upset. From the first time that I had Eagle Rare.
She's new to you this year.
She is, and she's been around for a while.
Long time.
That first sip that I had months and months and months ago, I was just like, what is this? So good. And it hasn't changed, so I'm happy with this decision.
This was a really hard fought battle. Both of these are spectacular winners. All the Four Roses off the table now. It's out of the competition.
Sorry, Four Roses, we'll still come visit.
It's a beautiful facility. If you haven't seen their Spanish Mission style distillery, you have to go. Eagle Rare moves ahead. Also a cool facility if you've never been to Buffalo Trace. Yeah. I wonder if that bottle's gonna survive the night. End of day 14. This was a surprise to both of us. I can't stop saying it, and I don't even need to say anything else anymore. I think we're already done, right? Decision made?
Decision made.
Okay.
So from wherever we are,
Wherever you are.
cheers.
Cheers.
I don't have anything. I tried.
I'm not gonna share.
Okay.